coding languages I feel that I have learned. The first would be Java, because Java is a very how do I say? Java it's a difficult language overall. Most people would agree with this because it has a lot of formatting. For example, in comparison to Python, you would require just to print a simple hello world. In Python, you would just write print and then in
brackets, in quotes,
what you want to print, and it would just happen on its own. But in Java, you need at least 5
lines,
about 10 lines of coding just to print that simple thing. However, it is very, very useful because most because most Java is compatible on every device, and it is one of the most prominent devices. It is the most prominent language to build all sorts of softwares across board. Secondly, the second language I feel was
is so important.
It is so important
because it is used
widely
to code your Android.
It is used to code your Android. It is used to code your iOS. It is used to. It's the most basic language to communicate with your computer.
Yeah, it's even used to code your DVD player.
Secondly, another language I find was quite difficult was C programming. Not C#, not C++, but C programming. But C language. The reason being, C language, like Java, requires a lot of syntax and a lot of lines of code before you can do a simple function. But because of this, the tendency of bugs are reduced, and the programmer gains a systematic flow in his mind before it can be outputted into the compiler. So because of this difficulty that the planning stages are required in your mind before being output into the compiler, many people find it difficult to learn C because it is quite different from the other languages. Although the names are similar, C++, C#, but they are totally different. And again, it is a very, very useful language because of its flexibility. It is compliant on most devices, even your Mac, iOS, even on Android. A lot of programs use C. Thirdly, although this language is quoted as an easy language, and it's quoted as an easy language and simple to learn. However, that is only at the beginning stages.
That is only at the beginning stages. Slowly.
That is only at the beginning stages.
Yeah, good.
And that language would be Python. Python is a great first language to learn.
It's a great first language.
It is a great first language to learn. But when it was quoted as 2017's best language to learn, there must be something more to it.
Yeah.
What?
That is because Python is easy to learn. However, its use can be extended into much more complex uses, and it is the most useful language to build applications. So and it has a lot, because it is one of the oldest languages. And ironically, Python gets its name from Python, which means snake. It actually gets its name from the popular TV show in the 1950s.
What?
Oh, really?
What TV show in the
Any of you
1950s?
guess?
No.
I don't know. I wasn't born then. I wasn't even watching TV then.
Python TV show.
Monty Python.
Yes, Monty Python.
Monty Python is not in the 50s.
Okay, I forgot.
70s.
70s. In the 70s. It came from Monty Python, because the creator of the language was really into Monty Python, so he named a coding language after the show Monty Python.
Oh, now I know.
So, Python can be used for beginners and also in advanced, for advanced programmers, because it has a lot of
It has a lot
of resources. For example, if you want to create a time date system, if you want to create a counting system, you do not have to do it from scratch because of
slower.
because of the inbuilt
Library.
because of the inbuilt library that can be easily called, and the functions tend to work for themselves without much work.
For example, if you need a calendar,
For example, if you need a calendar,
just use the calendar that's available.
you can just use the calendar that's available.
You don't need to program a calendar.
You don't need to program a calendar. You can just input the calendar function and import the file, rather than in C, which you have to do it from scratch. So, due to all these reasons, and these are very useful coding languages, I believe that these are the 3 most difficult and most useful coding languages that I have learned so far.
Thank you.
Thank you.